So let us understand how does the flow happens over here. Right? I'll straight away connect you to the interface with Photoshop layer and Fusion layers. Fusion లో కంపోజిషన్ ఎలా జరుగుతుంది, Photoshop ఫైల్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే మనకి తెలుస్తుంది. బట్ బిఫోర్ టు దట్ లెట్ us learn how to make a simple composition in Fusion. Fusionలో ఒక సింపుల్ కంపోజిషన్ ఎట్లా అవుతుంది, how to make a simple composition. This could be done in three different manners. Either you take a BG nodes, so the node name background node, or else the second technique is to open a Photoshop file. The two methods to make a new composition, 1 and 2, right? Two methods to make new composition. So let us learn the first method, like second method, because you know already the Photoshop. Just open a Photoshop file. How to open a Photoshop file? File and import PST file. So what you are learning now? How to make a new composition in Fusion. It could be done in two different ways, either by taking a node called background node, or else open Photoshop file. The time open any PST file, so it will open a composition itself. So I'm just opening a PST file. So you can see now on the screen, the software open, a lot of nodes are there, and this is a flow of making a new composition in Fusion. The first hotkey F4 to make full screen. And the hotkey, yesterday also we have done the same hotkey, F4 button. It make it full screen. You can nokte emavutundi, full screen ayipotundi. And this is a composition which is predefined by the software Photoshop, and here only you need to see the composition. So there is no difference between Photoshop and Fusion. Photoshop is a compositing software, and Fusion is also a compositing software. It is still, that is animated. This is the file and this is the layer. Alright, all the layers are there, and same here, all the layers are there, but icon are different. Making method and all things are the same. So you will see the compositions at the last. So drag the node and see the thing on the screen. So have a comparative study. Photoshop is equivalent to your Fusion. All the layers same in Fusion, all the layers. Just to make you know, it is not a new thing for you. Yes, you know this concept and all things you are aware of, but how to make the connection and all we will be learning now. Just we have a look like how does the flow looks like. This is called flow and this is called nodes. So these buttons are called nodes. So if one came out the flow ante 80, node ante 80, flow ila connect lo untundi, output ila kanapadutundi. Is it okay? So we are not learning now how to make this, but to understand what is Photoshop and what is Fusion, it's a comparative knowledge. Fine. So we have understood now how does the flow looks like and how to make a new composition in Fusion. Rather than making a new composition, you open a composition, it will generate a new composition by default. First method over. Ardhamainda? Second method to make a compositions. It could be done, take the file, new compositions. This is new compositions. Second file. టాపిక్ ఏం జరుగుతుంది, హౌ టు మేక్ ఏ న్యూ కంపోజిషన్. ఒక కొత్త కంపోజిషన్ ఇలా తయారు చేయడం అంటే రెండు మెథడ్ ఉంది. ఒక మెథడ్ ఫోటోషాప్ ఫైల్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే అది ఒక కంపోజిషన్ లాగా ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. అందుకోసం మనం పిఎస్టీ ఫైల్ ఓపెన్ చేసింది. డస్ ఇట్ ఓకే? పిఎస్టీ ఎందుకు ఓపెన్ చేసింది అంటే పిఎస్టీ ఫైల్ డిఫాల్ట్గా ఒక కంపోజిషన్ లాగా బిహేవ్ చేస్తుంది, జెపెగ్ ఒక కంపోజిషన్ లాగా బిహేవ్ చేయాలి. సో నెక్స్ట్ మెథడ్, by taking a node you can able to make a composition. This is composition done. The first node, background node. So node ekkada untundi, a node ila open cheyali. What is the topic? Where is node and how to open a node, and what is a node we have already learned in the last class. What is a node? It is just a button like object which represent a event, that is called node. And how does it looks like, you have seen now. సో నోడ్ అంటే ఏంటి, నోడ్ ఎలా కనపడుతుంది అది మీకు అర్థమైంది. మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు ఏం టాపిక్, హౌ టు మేక్ ఏ న్యూ కంపోజిషన్ త్రూ ది నోడ్స్. టాపిక్ ఈజ్ వెరీ క్లియర్ హియర్. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఇట్ హెస్ బిన్ రిటన్ ఆన్ యువర్ స్క్రీన్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద టాపిక్ అండ్ వాట్ హెస్ బిన్ ఫినిష్డ్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఫినిష్డ్. నౌ వాట్ ఈస్ ద నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ యు ఆర్ రన్నింగ్, హౌ టు మేక్ ఏ న్యూ కంపోజిషన్ త్రూ ది నోడ్. బిఫోర్ టు దట్, వెర్ ఈజ్ నోడ్ and how to detect a node. Node is there in two different places. One topic is very clear, where is node, where is node. What is node, already finished. Node is there in three different places. One, in the tool menu, right? Second, in the file menu, Control B, and here you can able to see all the node in a thumbnail format. Any nodes. Is it okay? What is the node? Inside the file menu. File bin ctrl plus b. Finish. అంటే టాపిక్ ఏం జరిగింది అది తెలుసు చాలు. నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ వెళ్ళి ఇదే ట్రై చేయొచ్చు. bin. So there are two formats where you can able to see the node first. Two methods are. Now the third method. Third method to see the bin is this. ctrl plus and space bar. This is the third method to open a bin. Control plus space bar. It will show you all the nodes name. It will show you all the nodes name. Only you need to know how to type the name of it. So now background node. Okay. So it is generated now. Is it okay? Control space bar and what is to be done? Fill the node name. Right, fill the node name. So what is the topic going on? Where is node? How to open a node? What is called a node? And what is the next here topic? How to make a simple composition through the node and through the open functions. So this option already you have done on this one. The first node to make a composition is background. This is the node which does have all the features of a compositions. Take a node, background. It could be done through the toolbar, create background node. First bunch, create. How to get it open? Create bunch, because you are going to create something now. Inside this is the first node, background. One click, it came out, right? Or else, what is to be done? Go to the file menu, bin, inside the tool, create background, drag and drop. Okay? Second method, done. And the third method, inside the toolbar, you can find there are few tools which is ready-made available. Background. Right. Now the third method you got to know. Like fourth method now. From the option bar. Also you can now create the node. Tool menu, file bin, control space bar, option bar. 4 method to generate a node. Do you know it's okay? The node, topic, answer, and practical approach. Once you open a node, how to see the node? How to see the node? Answer, drag and drop in the view panel. Question and answer. See. Answer, drag and drop. In the which panel? View panel. Drag and drop in the view panel. Is it okay? Question and answer. Now check. Drag and drop. This is called view panel. Drag, drop. First technique, okay? So it could be done in 2-3 techniques. The second technique, we can have to see the node by the press of 1 and 2. Hotkey 1, 2. By the next technique, press 1. Okay. Fine. As a hotkey, press 1 to see in left view. And press 2 to see in right view. Yes. Now answer is there on your screen now. Press 1 and press 2. What is the topic? How to see the node. You can see the node's details inside the viewport by drag and drop. And the second technique, press 1 to see the things in left side and press 2 to see the thing in right side. Second technique over. Now the third technique. Question and answer going on simultaneously. It can be done by switching on a simple button over here. In the node below, 2 buttons are there in the left side. Can you always see? In every node there are some black dots are there in the left down. If you click on the first button, it will show you the node in the left view. If you press on the right button from the left side, second button, it will show in the right view. Is it clear? The next technique over. Click the circle icon and right down, like not right down, left down. right? The left down of the node. Click the circle icon in the left down of the node so that you can only see the nodes on the clearboard. Is it clear? So what is node? What is background node? What is background node? It is a way to make a new composition in Fusion. Question answer over. What is background node? It is a node which allow the artist to make a new composition in Fusion. How many methods are there to make a new composition? 2 methods are there. What are those? Open a PSD file, it makes a composition by default. Second, take the node, background node, which is possible to make a new compositions, right? And how to, in the preference also you have seen composition is done, but here the stage is prepared by these methods, background node, PSD file. Now, in the last class we have learned there are 3 things to be taken care in Fusion. What are those? While learning Fusion, 3 things to be taken care of. This has been told. Shape, color, flow. Is it okay? So what is the things to be taken care? Shape, color, flow. So as per the thing into concern, let us see in this node what are the colors available, what are the shapes available, which color meaning what, which shape meaning what. Is it okay? So what we are learning now? Background node details. Background node detail. So in the background node, this is a node of background where you can find background. What are the colors attached? One red is there, one black is there, one white is there, one blue is there. What are the colors attached? Red, blue, and black and white, right? So black, white, red and blue color is attached. And if you come onto the screen, here also some black color is there. So as if you got to know, while learning, this is the point to be taken care in Fusion. Shape, color and flow. Let us understand what is this colors and what it speaks about. What is the topic? Background node details. Am I right? No, what is the topic? That is we know now. And it is highly professional, so should take care of the thing. The software speaks everything in colors and shapes. And how many shapes are there? 1, 2, 3. Circle, triangle, square. How many color? Red, black, blue, white. Because the software speaks everything in color and the artist should know what are the colors and what is the shapes. So what is this? A red square output, blue input, mask input. What is this? Mask input. And this box representing the dots represent viewport. Is it okay? Now coming to here, this button represents left view. This is a right view. And this is full screen. Right? So what is these buttons and what this speaks? This is only Fusion's one-time investment of your time. Is the okay? Fusion okay. Aim color meaning 80. ఇక్కడ మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? వ్యూ పోర్ట్ మీద ఏం వ్యూ పోర్ట్ మీద ఈ నోడ్ కనపడుతుంది, ఇక్కడ చూస్తే తెలిసిపోతుంది. 0 మీన్స్ లైక్ black color means present. So this could be of again two types. Sometimes it will be this way and sometimes it will be in this way. This means no view. This means view. Every button does it two sets. అదే అంటే ఈ రెండు స్విచ్ కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఒక్కొక్కటి ఇలా 2 times కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. కొన్ని టైంలో రెడ్ అవుతాయి, కొన్ని టైంలో బ్లాక్ అయిపోతాయి, కొన్ని టైంలో వైట్ అయిపోతాయి. వైట్ ఉంటే నో వ్యూస్ చూడండి. ఓకే, వైట్ ఉంటే వ్యూస్ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ నో వ్యూస్. రైట్, this is no view and this is view. Right. White unte view. This is no view. Till now it's okay. So this is to be get also. Nice. Now the next, if it is to be get hit up with white color, then it will turn into full screen view. So let us see how it looks. Immediately it will switch to the full screen view. So if something happens like this, no need to get over. So it is showing the full screen view and the resolution has to support. Is it done? Now to show in the left view, what is the hotkey? 1. To show in the right view, 2. And to see the full screen, 3. The hotkeys. Background mode details. Right? So we have understood now the presence of. So these details, okay, but what is this and what it speaks about? On every node at the right side there is a circle button which speaks about the presence of node in the flow. So this speaks about node detail on flow. Connection unta time lo idi details sector. Then this particular button again can show the view in 3 different minutes. Sometimes it will turn into green, sometimes it will turn into green, sometimes red, sometimes black. There are 3 different colors will pop up here. Black. So this node again shows sometimes 3 colors and 3 different color, 3 different like position of the node in the flow. If the red comes, then it is not working proper. If green comes, then inside the flow it is properly working. In black, it is okay but not connected or not in active now. So activation, non-activations, working okay and default like faulty. This is fault. This is okay. This is okay, not in active, not in active. Okay, active. Is it okay? What is what meaning? Everything detail. So what we are learning now, background no detail. ఒక background కి ఎన్ని కలర్ ఉంటుంది, ఏం కలర్ మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, ఏం హాట్ కి నొక్కితే ఎక్కడ ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. Does it okay? So background node, everything details. Next, once the background comes over here, then it could be control on the right side, and this panel is called control palette, and this is the panel called flow panel, and this is view panel. So which view it is? That view, which is right. Now this whole it is called workspace, and you can change the workspace on the option bar over here. One click, single workspace, double workspace, single workspace with command panel down, and double workspace on command panel down. So workspace could be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can switch to any workspace with this. Is it okay? Now the next. Once the node play on the screen, we can able to fit it up. There is option fit. So if you put and so the fit. And on the right side, we can able to control it up. So what are the property of a background node? So every node can be controlled in the control palette, and each node occupies with some tabs. Background node have a control of 2 tabs. How many tabs are there? 2 tabs. Now got to know color details and their shape details. Now background options details. Background node, back, background node, option detail. Right. By default, this background node does have 2 tabs. One is color tab, another is image tab. Color and image. Inside the color, we can able to control the color of the background, and this color can be controlled again in 4 different ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different methods to control the color. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right? How many methods are there to control the color? In Fusion to the background node, 5 different methods. It is edge similar edge, your After Effects solid layer. After Effects lo solid layer untundi. అలాగే ఫ్యూజన్లో బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ మోడ్ ఉంటుంది. ఆఫ్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ మీద సాలిడ్ లేయర్లో ఏం చేయొచ్చు, ఒక సింగిల్ కలర్ తీసుకెచ్చు. అలాగే ఫ్యూజన్లో ఒక సింగిల్ కలర్ కావాలంటే బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ మోడ్ తీసుకెచ్చు. సో జస్ట్ టు షో యూ కంపారిజన్ ఇన్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్, ఇఫ్ యూ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఏ సాలిడ్ కలర్, యూ ఆర్ టేకింగ్ సాలిడ్ and you are choosing this. Only this much of things we can do in After Effects. But in Fusion, a background node does a lot of jobs. It is not only take a solid color, but a lot of color taking process is there, and it does have a size, and it does have a feature of to make the composition also. కానీ ఆఫ్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ మీద సాలిడ్ మీద ఒక సింగిల్ కలర్ మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. ఒక కంపోజిషన్ ఎలాగా బిహేవ్ చేస్తారు, ఒక జస్ట్ లేయర్ ఎలాగా బిహేవ్ చేస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఒక బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లేయర్, ఒక లేయర్ ఎలాగా, ఒక కంపోజిషన్ ఎలాగా 2 విధాలుగా పనిచేయచ్చు. నౌ హౌ టు కంట్రోల్ ది కలర్స్. Colors could be controlled in 5 different methods we have seen now, but color making can be controlled again in more methods, making of the color. Here the style of the color is of 5 type. Color making could be done again in 2-3 methods. One, through the slider, through the picker, and through the wheeler. So now got to know color could be done again in 3 different manners. What are those? Slider, picker, wheeler. So to choose a color, these many methods are there. Now the style of the color here, solid, gradient, horizontal, vertical, and 4 corner gradient, and it is customized gradient. So we got to know now color could be gradient, mixing of different color. Color could be solid. Color could be mixing horizontal. And it could be vertical. And it could be 4 corner. Right? From 4 side, 4 color would be push up. Here the colors are to the vertical, and here the colors are flowing horizontal. It is single color. And here we can have to mix with multicolor. 1, 2, 3, multicolor switches. Is it okay now? So we have understood now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different styles, and the color could be chosen up in 3 different manners: slider, picker, and wheeler. So let us start with the slide. Slider always takes the value. So switch to the software. Right? It takes the value. It is there in Photoshop, it is there in After Effects also. And the picker pick the color from the screen. So we have taken this, and if you need to pick the color from the screen, yes, you can use the picker. So if you are working with any photographs, let's take example, we are taking this photograph and dropping over here. And you need this color to be there in your solid, then you can pick the color from the screen. So now go to another second method, how to use the picker to pick a color. And the third method is called wheeler. There is a simple button over here. The time you click, a color wheel comes up. Here you can have to choose the color which you want. Is it okay? So we have seen now 3 different methods to choose the color: slider, picker, and wheeler. Very slow. And here the options are ready. How to pick the color. How many methods of taking a color? What is the answer? 3. What are those? Slider, picker, wheeler. Yes. Right. Now the next. In Fusion, the color is calculated by default 0 and 1. In Photoshop or in After Effects, you can find the color is calculated in 256 cells. But here, the color calculation happens with 1 and 0. So, color calculation happens with what? Minimum value 0 and maximum value 1. So color calculation in 2 method. Minimum, maximum. If you need the color to be there, then 1. If you need it to be not there, then 0. If you need 50%, then 0.5 and equal. So here the calculation happens by default in 0 and 1. Presence means 1, absence means 0. 50% and 0.5. Right? So we got to know now how to make a proper color. So here if we need to make yellow color, then red plus green into means yellow. So red full, green full, proper red. Red plus blue, magenta. Green plus blue, cyan. Is it okay? So now got to know how to make the colors on screen. As if like you get to know 1, the same thing can be done to 2 or 4 or multiple. Now, except RGB value, there is a special value called alpha. Next, a special value along with RGB, a color does have 3 values. Color value, RGB and alpha. Alpha, A for alpha. It is the transparency information. Transparency info. Does the color to be transparent or not? That is decided by the alpha. So check the alpha, get it down. So you can make a transparent color. If alpha is 100%, then all the colors get down, then it is black color, or else it is white color. But if your alpha is 0, then you are making all the colors to go down, then it make a transparency color. So now I got to know how to make transparency in Fusion through solid, through background node. What is the answer? Make all the color 0, along with that get the alpha 0, or else it will turn into black color. So now I got to know the difference between black and transparency. What is the difference between black and transparency? Black key, transparent key. Difference ఏంటి? ఇద్దరికి RGB వాల్యూ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, ఈక్వల్. డిఫరెన్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? ఆల్ఫా మీద. ఇన్ ఆల్ఫా ఫర్ బ్లాక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ న్యూట్రల్ 1 ఒకటి, బట్ ఫర్ ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ right. So you got to know what is the value structure. But for transparent and the color black, everything is yet 0, 0, 0. Even for transparent, even for black. But the difference comes in the alpha place. In alpha it is 1, it is 0. Is it okay? So what we got to know? How to make transparency in Fusion. What you got to know? How to make transparent in Fusion. What is the answer? Make R, G, B and alpha all 0. All 0. ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ చేయాలంటే అందరికీ 0 చేయాలి. Right? Now the next. So what you have learned, it is there in a printable manner on screen. Till now it's okay. So all the things are controlled where? Inside the color tab. So what is this called? tab. But inside the image tab, we can control this size. Size of the background is controlled in the image tab. But before going to the size, let us understand what is your own defined color. Switch to the last one and find your own defined colors. How to set the gradient color. Gradient color again could be set in 5 different manners. Gradient again have 5 different ways. So you can see in Fusion, one particular node makes all the things. ఇదే ఆఫ్టర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్లో కావాలంటే ఒక ఎఫెక్ట్ తీసుకోవాలా, సాలిడ్ తీసుకోవాలా, ఎఫెక్ట్ తీసుకోవాలా, కంపోజిషన్ తీసుకోవాలా, అవన్నీ చేసిన తర్వాత ఈ అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది. కానీ ఫ్యూజన్లో ఒక్క నోడ్ మీదే మొత్తం ఫినిష్. ఇదే స్ట్రెంత్. ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? సో వాట్ వీ గట్ టు నో నౌ, హౌ టు మేక్ ఏ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నోడ్ టు ప్లే మల్టిపుల్ రోల్ on the screen. Multiple role ఎలా తయారు చేస్తాం. Now in the gradient, again it is of 6 type of gradient style are there. As if in Photoshop you have seen 5 different type of gradient are there. Linear, reflective, diamond, right, radial. అలాగే ఫ్యూజన్లో కూడా ఒక గ్రేడియంట్కి ఎంత విధానంగా ఉంటుంది. Does it clear now? Now, how to add extra color in Fusion to the background node? The color could be added by switching your cursor below to the slider and go on clicking up and changing the colors. Switch to the next node, change the color. Change the next node, change the color, and the next, and the next. Finish. How to take multiple color inside the Fusion and gradient. Is it okay? Now we got to know how to add the points. In the same way, you can able to select the points and you can able to delete the points. Select the next point, delete, next, delete. Does it okay? How to add the points and how to delete the points. And how to pick the color from the screen in the gradient. Just take the picker and get it up. Select, pick from the screen. Select, pick from the screen. So we have understood now how to pick the color from various sources. Adding up the things. Is it okay? Simple. We are not hurrying it up. Okay, single node, mattam details. Next. The time you come to down of your gradient, find some slider, it allow you to move the gradient. You can move the position of the gradient. It is possible and it is animatable. Now, if you are moving the position of your gradient, then it could be again controlled by 3 different ways. So each gradient again controlled by more 3 ways. As per the position into constant. Does it okay? The first, it is once. So if you move the slider, then it get complete here. Then after it's no repetition because it is once. If you are making repeat, then again the same value will come up. In this way they make the whole animation done. Single node, and they are all animatable. Wherever the value is there, everybody is animatable. Repeat and ping pong. Ping pong do emotundi, we cannot able to find the gap. Repeat avutundi kani gap undadu. Explain equal. So we got to know now. Once, repeat and ping pong means what, and how does they make the color to get repeat. Next, switching to the image format. Here you can set the size of the composition. So now the next point. Sizes, image size. Again, the size could be of multiple types and all the sizes could be activated through the options, nothing is visible, but give a right click over to size and you find all the film size, television size. Is it okay? How to convert your background node to a proper sizing. By default, it will take the size of your composition given in the preference menu. Default ga ide size untadi. Kani mana ishtamunta size kavalante ikkada manam change cheyochu. So we got to know now how to make the background with a proper sizes and pixel aspect ratio. If you need to make square or anamorphic, you can set it over here. 2:1 means it is anamorphic, wide angle view. 1:1 means square view. Is it okay? So what we have understood now, size controls two things. What are the things? What are those? ఇప్పుడు చేసింది అడుగుతుంది అంతే. Size tab, like image tab, control two things, size and pixel aspect ratio. Size and pixel aspect ratio. And sizes are of various type, PAL, NTSC and all. Is it okay? And you can find the sizes by right click over there. Right click on slider. Right click on slider will show you all the different sizes. By default, there is no box over here to show you the detailness of the slide. No input box. It is there in a right click. Is it done? So what we have understood today, what is Fusion user interface, how to make a composition in Fusion, what is called node, where is the nodes, what is background node, what are the properties of a background node, what are the colors associated with which color meaning what, how to control the size of your node, how to control the colors of your node. Is it okay? Fine for the day.